Is there something in there that you really like that you'd like to just highlight for us?
Absolutely. I think if there's one thing that I could have people take away would be the skill of using sober. It comes from the mindfulness and kind of mindfulness based intervention skills. But I found that in addition to working with drug and alcohol clients and folks in a couple of different industries, really it's just so helpful to stay present, and it really hits home with that weighing test. So sober, when I describe it in the book, and there's a little like worksheet you can do it through, but it really is just an acronym, and the first letter is stop. Is S for stop. And the reason that I love that being the first element is because I think that when we get into that autopilot mode, or when we get into that place where we're starting to have some frustration with ourselves, the first key element for us is to, once we notice it, is to stop doing what we're doing and take a moment. The S in sober is for observe. And I've had folks put in parentheses both inside and outside. And I think that it's really important for us to check in with, like, did whatever I'm feeling or doing or whatever have a prompt from outside of me, or is it coming from inside of me? And what am I feeling? Where am I at? What's going on here? Because I know that when I'm doing some of that mindless eating, there is very much a component of I'm in kind of a space where maybe I have time to kill, or maybe I'm just bored, or maybe I'm, just kind of rushing through something and I'm not really focusing on where I'm supposed to be. So observing those elements gives me some clues into where this could have come from or what I need to do next. The third one is B, so it's for breathe. And I have people put in parentheses, breathe 5 times. And that's not for any like really good scientific reason. It's more about like the 5 anyway, it's more about the next step also has 5. So if we can go in, like, we do things in 5s, it makes people remember things better. But I tell people a lot that doing some sort of a breathing exercise, especially some sort of an active breathing exercise like box breathing or dragon breathing, really does help people take time between all of this information you just brought in about what's happening inside and outside of my body before I get ready to like start analyzing and make a decision. So we don't want them impulsively just, oh, I've got to put these crackers away and like never look at them again and then start to feel shame. We want them to say like, oh, wait, this happened. Now let me take a few moments before I get ready to see what my next step is, before my next decision. E is for examine the options. And again, I have them come up with 5 options. The way I explain this to teens is to try and come up with 2 really extreme options, so your thumb and your pinky, and then 3 kind of in the middle options. So for instance, if a teenager is really mad at their mom, one of their extreme options could be, I could punch her in the face. Not a recommended one very often, but you could do it. It's a choice, right? Another extreme option might be, I could run away to the circus. Another really extreme option, totally optional, that happens. There are circuses that will take you in today, but let's look at some middle ones as well. These might be ones that are probably more accurate or what, not accurate, but ones you might be willing to do. So it might be, I could walk to my room and slam my door. I could call a friend and have them come pick me up so I can just get out of this environment. Or I could yell at my mom, right? Which is less extreme than punching her in the face, but more extreme than just going and slamming your door. And then as you look at those options, you're then going to decide which one you're going to do. And I encourage people always to have done some analysis of their values, because sometimes your values can help guide you in what your decisions might need to be. But also that weighing test can help you kind of figure those pieces out. So what kind of these things can I do with full intention, like being present, on purpose, and without judgment? If you can punch your mom in the face without any judgment, fully present, like good form and everything, and on purpose, you know what the outcome is going to be and you're going to take it. I mean, you could do it. Probably not your best, but you could, right? And the same thing goes for all of them, whether the decisions about, should I eat more cake, or should I put on my seatbelt, or should, I quit my job? Any of those things, you can make a better decision once you've stopped, observed things, taken some deep breaths, looked at your options, and made it intentionally.